Yo, guys, Fizzy at the Procrastinator Files. How are you doing? I highly don't even know if people still wear caps, but this is what we're doing today. Nonetheless, ADHD people, I know you ain't got time to listen to all of this, so let's get right into it. I stopped taking my Elvanse slash Vyvanse, and you know what? I don't honestly regret it. The reason being, it stopped working for me. Simple as nothing extraneous, no outliers, it just stopped working for me. As you saw if you watched my first video, I was taking 20 something, 20 something of Elvanse, Vyvanse, whatever you want to call it, depending on what region you live in. And I was doing well with it for the first week and a half that I got it. It helped me with my ADHD immensely. The focus, the concentration, the motivation, just even the energy that came along with it, just how I felt within myself, the way my brain was clear. Great. I loved every bit of taking Elvanse and the Vyvanse. And then all of a sudden, after the second week, I noticed bit by bit by bit, the effects was tapering off, finishing quicker and quicker and quicker until the point where I was getting nothing but bad side effects and none of the good effects. So therefore, I just stopped taking it. I thought, let me give it some time. So let's say on the second week, I may have stopped taking it on the Thursday, just before the Friday. I usually took I took the weekend off. So on the first week, I took it for 5 days, took 2 days off, and I was going to take it another 5 days and take the weekend off. This time, I just took off almost that whole week and tried it to take it again to see if it would work. And what happened was nothing. I mean, I got the buzz, but I didn't get concentration, I didn't get focus, I didn't get motivation. I got none of the good effects, only the bad side effects. I got the dry mouth, I got the heart palpitations, I got the irritability. Literally every bad side effect that I got, that's all I got. At least before it came with like I was working, I could hear myself think and all of these other good things. But no, I'm telling you, I was just getting all the bad stuff. So I started taking it for a couple months, and I guess I started a new job in June, and on the second at the end of June, and on the second day of my job, I thought, oh, let's see if I'll do better if I take my medication. Let me tell you, I went to work, I didn't have my lunch break, my mouth was dry, my jaw was clamped, the tension in your jaw. I'm telling you, I was struggling that day. I was late. I got no attention. I actually made more mistakes that day than I'd ever made just being on that medication. So yeah, and my boss actually questioned me. I was like, "Are you like taking some kind of drugs?" I was like, "Yeah, my prescription drugs." He was like, "You're what? Your doctor prescribed you what?" So yeah, that's what happened there. So I didn't take it again. Continued with my work business as usual, and then afterwards, I took it when I was doing training. I started doing some Krav Maga training, and let me tell you, I made more mistakes that session than I'd ever taken. Once again, just the eyes like this and the heart palpitations, but I wasn't focused, I wasn't motivated, I didn't do more, I didn't even do less. I just felt awful, dry mouth, thirsty, no, not eating anything. It was just trash. Trash. I haven't taken it since then. I haven't taken it since then. In fact, I've just left the bottle there. I've still got quite a few of the tablets left. Um, I was deliberating with myself whether I should like maybe try and double the dose or take one and a half of a dose, but because I haven't been able to talk to my psychiatrist due to COVID, I haven't bothered to experiment with myself because I kind of like my life. The reason why I didn't just immediately go back to my psychiatrist is because I was made redundant in COVID, and at the end of the day, I went private for my healthcare in the UK because I'm still technically on the waiting list for the NHS in the UK, and I've been on the waiting list since I was 18, and I'm now halfway through my 20s, well, halfway through being 20, I mean. So at the end of the day, like, I had to do it privately, and I wasn't about to spend 20 minutes for a 10-minute Skype. I mean, I wasn't about to spend £200 for a 20-minute Skype call just for my psychiatrist to say, okay, well, let's just give you a new dosage, and then have to pay like another £100 for the dosage on top of that. That's £300, and this was the middle of the pandemic. Like, I had better things to spend my money on at the time. Like, my mental health is key to me, but I had bills. I had business expenses. I had to buy myself clothes. I had to buy food. There was just things I needed to buy, and I couldn't afford to fork out £300. And especially when I didn't know what was happening with work and the economy and the government, all of that. So that was a no go for me. And until now, I haven't had the time to go to my psychiatrist. And let me tell you, the first couple of weeks after coming off of my Vyvanse, the effects of it was still running within my system. Like, I wasn't on it, but I remembered how it felt to be on it, so I was able to kind of like push myself through it. So what I did was I'd meditate. I'd do a lot of meditation. I'll diet, not too much sugar, things full of magnesium. Yeah, I'll supplement as well. I'll take a lot of magnesium. I'll take anything that was good for the brain. Anything that I thought I was deficient in, I would take it. I found that I was iron deficient. I'll take my iron for the tiredness and the motivation. All of those things there. I was the that was key. Cutting down the sugar was key for me, and eating a lot more whole foods, whole grains, whatnot. And then what else? And I exercised a lot. I was doing the Chloe Ting challenge to get that 6 pack. I was started. What else was I doing? I started doing stretching and yoga, just anything to kind of put my brain on ease so that I could continue through it. But you know, as anything, any high, it must come down. And I started getting low. And the depression did hit. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've missed taking my medication. That's why I tried those 2 other times to take it, because I missed how I felt when I was on it. It was a good feeling for me because I wasn't high. I was actually Dante. I was the Dante that's trapped inside my mind, and it's been kind of depressing knowing that I can't afford to get the help I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can definitely afford. I have been able to afford it. There's been times where I've had the money, but I've just had more pressing things that I've needed to pay for, such as food, food, travel expenses, those kind of things there. So it's just been interesting. It's been interesting navigating this pandemic without my medication. Um, because right before I started taking my medication, I was hella depressed, and then afterwards, I was fine for a while, and then I did get a little bit depressed. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but luckily, I've had a good support system, and like my family understand that I have struggles and all of that, so it's made it a bit easier. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Yeah, it's difficult having ADHD, especially ADHD. Well, now that I know it can be treated with medication, it's just like, oh well, it. I kind of fall into that. Oh well, if I was on my medication, I'd be doing better. And I've had to kind of like rely on myself a lot more. Like, at the end of the day, listen, you can't get it, so you need to find something else. You need to find something else. I'd say the meditation has been the best supplement. Meditation, magnesium, best supplementation for my ADHD. Also, CBD helped. I did try taking some CBD, and that was really good, but that's hella expensive. I might as well just chat to my psychiatrist if I was gonna continue that CBD route. What else? What else? Honestly, that is all I have to say for my update. Like, what I personally think, I don't know because I haven't spoken to my psychiatrist. I personally think I need to go on a higher dosage of my Vyvanse, because it wasn't bad. It just wasn't doing what it should have been. Like, it was still what it was in my system. I felt it there. It just wasn't giving me the good parts, only the bad parts. So I want to continue getting the good parts. So maybe a higher dosage might help with that. Um, is there anything else to update on with my ADHD? No, that is more or less it. Like, thank you guys for watching my first video. If you haven't seen it, do watch it. And this isn't to scare anybody. Vyvanse, Elvanse, great medication. I'd recommend that to anybody. Anybody. I have no complaints with it, other than the fact that my body stopped metabolizing it in a way that was conducive to my life. My body just didn't want to work with that dosage. But that medication, when I was on it and it was working, it was outstanding. It was outstanding. So if this is your first time seeing like me as talking about Vyvanse, or it's the first time seeing someone talk about Vyvanse or Elvanse, definitely, if you feel like taking it, do it. I would say it's great. But these things happen. You may take a dosage for a week, you may take it for a year, you may take it for 50 years, and it'll work for you, and then it might not, because things change, your lifestyle changes, your body changes, all the environment changes. All these things can affect how your medication works for you. So I'm just saying that I stopped taking it because I quite literally had to. It was doing nothing for me, but I still would happily go back on it. Vyvanse was great for me. So thank you for watching. That was the long awaited update video. It's now the very end of November, and yeah, I haven't taken my medication consistently since April. As again, I took it once in August and once in June. Both those times didn't work. So yeah, no, the Elvanse Vyvanse for me right now. Thanks for tuning in, and that was Fizzy at the Procrastinator Files. Peace.